Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nenna and today we're back with another episode of Pleasantview Stories.
Things are not the same as they were a year ago.
Today we're
But I'll
playing with
be
Darren
okay.
Dreamer and he's recently moved back in to his old house, the one that he and his former wife used to live in. And originally I had planned for him to move in with the Goth family, but unfortunately he's been very unhappy and I had no other choice but to move him back in to his old house. And I think he's been doing amazing ever since he's come back home. He doesn't want a bigger house, he doesn't want a bigger career or more expensive items. Before he goes off to work, I actually want to do something that he's been wanting to do for so long now, and we are going to quit our job. He rolled the wand to quit his job, and I think it's perfect because his lifetime wish has nothing to do with his job. I think he just had the job because he had it. There's nothing in his life, I guess, that makes me feel like he wants to do this forever. His lifetime want is to max out 7 skills, so that has absolutely nothing to do with anything. And then as far as his hobbies go, he wants to write, and what he's been wanting to do is write novels, and he's been rolling a lot of ones for novels. So based on that, I think that Darren would be more fit as somebody that gets to just sit at home and write novels. And whether it's just, like I said, writing an actual novel or that he's writing game guides, he just loves being by himself, I guess. He doesn't like having so many people around him and having to give up what he has in order to have more of it, so to say. He doesn't want what the goth could offer him. He'd rather have like 50-70% less of what he can have and just stay and do his thing than, be a part of that. And I think that's really cool about this guy. He's just so happy being where he is, and he just doesn't he doesn't want more. He just wants to be happy, and this is definitely making him happy. Now I'm going to throw a party because I want to invite everyone over to his house and to kind of, just be nice and be civil with the family. I really want them to have a good relationship. I can only invite, I forgot. I keep forgetting we can only invite over 2 people. All right, instead of a party, let's just invite some people over. Give me like 2 seconds to do this. Just because he's left the family house doesn't necessarily mean that he's left the family, and he's more than happy to show them around his humble place. And this is actually the first time they've been in his house, so it's a very exciting moment for Darren, and I think he's going to keep it very casual. He's probably going to order some pizza. He doesn't have a ton of money. It's not like he has fancy things. He doesn't have the option to hire a butler or have a whole catering going. He knows how to have a good time, and he knows good food, and he's grown a little beer belly. I don't want to be rude to Darren, but when I first saw Darren with this outfit on, I genuinely thought he was pregnant with an alien baby. I was kind of scared because I don't remember that happening, and I seriously was like, oh my god, is he gonna have like an alien child? Cassandra would be so jealous. Like, this man don't want a baby with me, but he's gonna have a baby with an alien? I'm really happy to announce that Darren is in fact not pregnant. I think this outfit just kind of enhances his lower feature. Not every sim has to be super fit. Like, don't Dina, why are you guys try to explain this to me? You know what I think it is? Dina is just being Dina, and Dina has the habit of falling in love, or she thinks what is love isn't actually love, it's just maybe affection. I'm not exactly sure, but she has a habit of, why are we putting the pizza upstairs? He really wants people to see us upstairs, like, guys, come have a pizza upstairs. Please come upstairs and eat the pizza next to the art gallery. Oh, and come see my novel that's just displayed right there for all to see. Darren recently finished his first novel and he had it published, and he wants nothing more than to talk about it with someone. So you really dodged a bullet with this story, man. I thought it was gonna be shit, but it's actually pretty good. But he's a really happy. This is a book about how to play The Sims, and this is kind of like a joke. Let's just pretend this is a game guide, and he wrote one for a game. And Mortimer's not interested. He's like, I don't play games. Like, I don't play The Sims. Like, what is that crazy game? That would be something my grandpa would say. Bless him. He would always say, oh yeah, I don't know how to work that on the TV, and it's like, Grandpa, this is a PC. But I think Mortimer is that type of guy. Darren is actually writing another novel, and this time it's an actual biography. Ella has come forward and kind of called him up in the middle of the night and was like, how would you feel to write your first biography? How would you feel if you wrote it about me? I'm gonna give you everything you need to know about me. I'm gonna write it myself. All I want you to do is to fix it for me. You have the writer's touch, Darren. I really do. I see a lot of potential in you, so much. But I would love it if you took the time to help me out. You know, I'm not a good writer, and I think you could just do it way better. So if you could just like put this all together, yeah, I'll do the rest. But can you please help me out? What does Bella need a biography for? This is all part of her grand scheme, you guys. She knows she's been up to no good, and now she wants someone to write about her. She wants someone to put her in the best light ever. She's going to make up some stories that are not entirely true, but by the time that she's done, there's nobody left to tell me otherwise. She wants to write stuff about her and Mortimer's relationship. She really wants to picture herself as like the best person ever, or like a hero. Not exactly sure how she wants to be portrayed, but she's gonna write about her own life, but especially about her time with Mortimer. And she wants to do everyone dirty and start writing some lies as well. Like, maybe she'll be like, yeah, his new wife, Dina, was so rude. She was always after his money. I don't know. I mean, can you even write that? Still, I would assume she would probably put some random shit in there, like something that just doesn't make sense. I really like this house, and I really like that Darren is back to his old self, and he's doing so much better, you guys. He's so happy. He's gonna get some more pizza. I think it's time we say goodbye to everyone, or maybe everyone is saying goodbye to us. It was very nice having you all, and I really appreciated you coming here. You know, Cassandra, she's always at work, and he understands, and the relationship is still good. He's still engaged to her, and I'm wondering if we should get married or not. I think that Cassandra really likes Darren. I would say they really love each other, but I don't get the feeling that they're ever gonna live together. I think they're going to have a relationship, but be separate at the same time. Like, they'll live in separate houses, but for the rest they meet up often, and they like have sleepovers, but they don't really live with each other. Darren cannot handle that for the life of him. But at the same time, like, Cassandra wants to have more babies, and I think that if she adopts them and he marries her, like, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not exactly sure how this works, I'm gonna be honest. Darren ends up marrying, oh wow, that was really smooth. If Darren ends up marrying Cassandra and Cassandra adopts a child, would that mean that he is the father? Would he automatically be the father? He wouldn't sign for it, I guess, but they're married, so are you automatically classed as? I'm not sure. If that's the case, I might not want them to be married at all, and they'll just never have the marriage status. Maybe they have a ring as like a symbol of their marriage, of their love for, not marriage, what am I even saying, but a symbol of their love, but he's not actually married, so he doesn't have the responsibilities. He's more like a friend on paper. Deep down, they're like, they might as well be married, you know. Let's face it, Brandy wanted more kids, and Darren was never going to have them. So I feel like it only makes sense that even if Cassandra wants them. Yeah, Darren is not a sim that changes for anyone. So this is our dog, Bruno. I was thinking about Darren, and since his son is off to college, and he only has one child, and now he's not separate, but you know, he's separate from Cassandra. I kind of thought he probably would, maybe, would he get lonely? I don't think lonely is the word. But oh, that's interesting. But I definitely think he would feel a little alone, if that makes sense. So I thought to keep him in shape, not like he needs to be in shape, but to keep him in shape, just to be a little active, a little healthy. Since he does a lot of sitting work these days, I thought about giving him a dog. And we had a little puppy. And the puppy was Bruno, and Bruno grew up in a dog. I kind of forgot to press pause, and then I was doing a game, and then I came back to this game that was just running in the background. I was like, oh, okay, guess Bruno aged up. I didn't really expect Bruno to look like this but he was a small black puppy, and I really thought, oh, this is going to be a lab. Like, he looked like a Labrador puppy. But no, he ended up being this breed. I'm not sure what it is, but this is, I think, Darren's first dog? No, you know what? I think this is Darren's first dog. I think Darren used to have many dogs. I think that this is just maybe the second or third dog in his life, but he's had one before when he was a child. Because I think that maybe he can teach him some tricks and just have like a really, really good time with him. Also, I was thinking, since Darren is now an author, or he wants to be that, we're gonna need to make our own money, right? We don't have a career, so he's going to have to do the effort. He's going to have to do the work, and I'm gonna have our son, our boy here, come upstairs, and I want him to write a novel. And the reason that I'm doing this now, I'm just gonna max his stats, is because it takes so freaking long to finish this. It would actually be perfect for Bella, but I'm gonna get this one. Okay, so she as a little girl. Okay, so this is her as a little girl. Then she married Mortimer. How will we? Then she married Mortimer. Then they had babies, and then she went missing, and then she kills Mortimer. No, that would, I mean, that's what she wants, but can we even put, imagine we just put like a random topic in the end. Yeah, and in the end, she was gone because she wanted to be a sumo wrestler. I was trying to try and put the pieces together, and he's just a bit confused. He's like, what am I even reading? I think these are all of her notes, and they look like music notes, actually. Oh, did I put some music notes here? Yeah, I guess I did. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. Maybe she sang the notes to him. Maybe she sang her biography. He doesn't necessarily care much about Bella. He doesn't know her. But, you know, she is Cassandra's mother, and he does feel some sort of, not obligation, but he's like, well, I might as well do it. I am a good writer after all. It's good practice, and he's kind of interested to know more about her. And he doesn't really know, he doesn't know her at all. Like, only from what Cassandra has told him, which is like very little. Literally writing her own biography, and he's going to, refine it and polish it. Let's see what our Bruno is up to. Bruno's just sleeping. He's being smelly. Oh, I haven't even shown you guys the house, but this is their house, the one that he used to live in. I did renovate it slightly, but that's because I just didn't really like it, and the colors are obviously not exact, but it's also fall, and I guess that just tones down everything. But it looks really pretty when there's no snow, but so far since it's been fall, we've only had snow, and I love snow. I just didn't expect to have this much of it. It's probably gonna take a while, but let's just have him write that. So as Darren is writing his novel, it looks like Dirk has come. I'm not sure why Dirk thought about bringing Alexander. Maybe he was like, I'm coming home. Would you like to come with me? It's Sunday after all. And of course, he's more than welcome. Oh, it looks like, oh shit. Ooh, I mean, that's not what I meant. Well, I mean, I meant it, but I did. Oh, chaps. Lilith was actually supposed to meet up with them, but she's taking quite some time. So I'm actually going to call her up. Oh, actually, I can just do it like this. I'm going to call her up and see if she's coming or what, or if, like, something happened to her. Might be for the second time this week, but we're going to order some more pizza. Darren is not he's not the best cook. Oh, did her TV break? Darren, we're so unlucky. He really doesn't have much money, and now his stuff keeps breaking. It looks like more people have come over, and Lilith, who said she would show up a little later, showed up, and she brought Dustin along. I guess she didn't get the memo that this was well, actually, there was no memo to get, because even Dirk brought someone over. But I don't think Dirk got the memo when Dad said, hey, you can drop by sometimes. Like, I haven't seen you in a while. Would love to, catch up, see what's good in your life. I don't think he really expected for his son to bring over his roommate, his friend, his his girlfriend or fiance, actually. All right, good thing we paid those bills, you guys. And it's getting really crowded in his little house, isn't it? Are you gonna put them upstairs again, or are you actually gonna, let's see if his son has the same weird, nope. He's like, fuck art. We could just eat downstairs. Dirk has been thinking about his future, and he's just not really sure what to do. Part of him wants to move back in with his dad after college, just to see things out and to kind of like live rent free and figure out what he wants with his life, like what kind of job he wants to go in. You know, he wants to be a doctor, and it's a lot of work. And I don't know, I just think he feels like being with his dad. Oh my god, they look so much alike, you guys. Just look at them. They're so cute. I recently had more of these, I don't exactly know the proper term for them, these dreads. I think these are dreads. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're short dreads. I'm not exactly sure. I might have to change that. I thought these were, I'm going to call them little dreads. I'm sorry if that offends anyone, but these look more like pipe curls. It's not exactly what I had in mind, actually. How did I just notice now? Darren is just kind of talking to his son about the changes, and he's saying that he just recently moved back in and that he's now focusing on being an artist and a writer, and he's so much more, like, so much happier than he was living with Cassandra. You know, Dirk hasn't really thought about it like that, like living separately while being together, and he doesn't really quite understand the concept. He's kind of like, well, how can you trust her, dad? Like, how can you, I don't know, how can you have a good bond with someone that you're not living with? He doesn't really understand it. Like, he can't bear the thought of not being with Lilith for forever in the same place together. But you know, his dad has been through a lot. Like, he's been through marriages, and he is just a whole, like, he's more relaxed, and he just, you know what I mean? He's been through it. Why do you keep peeing inside of my house, sir? And now you're drinking it. You are a nasty boy. It's like, Dad, where did you find this dog? He's so nasty. It's like, a son in the same place where I got you from. Derek really wants them to live together. Living with his dad might be the best option for now. He's really thinking about moving back in with his father. He knew that she might be a little disappointed. Lilith is straight out saying, no, I'm not going to live with you and your father. I actually don't want to live with you at all. We're engaged. Don't you want to be with me? He starts to feel like maybe Lilith doesn't want to be with him after all. Like, they're engaged. Why doesn't she want to be with him? He's getting his feelings hurt, even though he just heard his dad saying that you can have relationships in distance, and you know, he doesn't understand why Lilith doesn't want to move in with him. Yeah, Lilith wants to become a rock god, and Eric wants to become a doctor. She wants to move all across Pleasantview. She wants to hold concerts, and she wants to practice music, and she wants to do all of these things. But Dirk, like I said, wants to be a doctor, so he's going to have to stay in one place, study a lot, and just slowly climb into the branch. And she feels like it's just going to be too messy because she wants to move, and then he doesn't want to move because he has to study, and she's gonna stay up late and practice music and maybe go on tour and whatever. I mean, if it all works out eventually, but still, she's really serious about making this happen, and she knows that she's gonna have to put a lot of effort. She's gonna have to do things that he doesn't. You know, he's going to live a different life than she is, and she's really worried that they're gonna hold each other back. And she feels like, since they're, you know, they're still young, they can take the time to work on themselves, and then maybe in a few years to come they can move in together, and they can, you know, build somewhat of a life. She doesn't want to rush into things. Of course, she would love to be with Dirk. At the same time, it just feels so easy to make this decision. She doesn't really feel bad saying it either. This is just something she wants. She's always been very independent. Of course, she has to move in somewhere until she has a place for herself, unless she finds one. But I don't think she can find one. I think I want her to move back in with the Burbs for just a little bit, and then I'll move her into her own place. But I just want her to have a few days after college to kind of figure out what I want with her, and I think it's best that we move her in with the Burbs because, like, it's like a safe option. She doesn't want to move in with Dirk because I feel like if she did that, if she moved in with Derek and then she moved out, it would be harder for him than if she just never moved in with him in the first place. And he's already moved in and out of the burb, and it's just like, it's family, it's different, you know. I think that she wants to really make a life for herself and to really figure things out and you know, do some of the things she wants without having to think about someone else first. And I really like that about Lily. And Dirk is just going to have to accept that, but since he's moving back in with his father, he won't be alone, so it's probably going to be easier for him. You know, he's gonna get used to it. Actually, I'm gonna put this dog in the bath because he's so freaking smelly. It's so many Sims all of a sudden. But I think his dad really appreciates I don't know, I really like this bunch of people, like the bunch of people together. Like, I really do. And I think that it makes Darren so happy to see that he has such a variety of friends. Like, we've got Alexander, the rich boy. We got Dustin, the broke boy, the broke boy. Then we got Lilith, who is the troublemaker, or so-called troublemaker of the town. And then Dirk is friends with all of them, even Angela in a weird twist away. I think he would be really, I think he's really proud of what his son has has become. We're still writing this novel thing. He just can't stop staring at the neighbors. I am thinking of perhaps in the future, I want him to open like a little store, like a little bookstore perhaps. I think that'll be really cute, and Sims can just come there and purchase his books. I found a mod that allows you to copy books or sell novels and they get restocked, so you don't have to like write 20 novels, you just write one and then it automatically gets restocked like there are 20 of them. However, I haven't tested it out yet, but I think if he can save up enough money, I want him to have a little store. I think it'll be so cute to have, first of all, our first store in this town, and for that to be like a little bookstore or something, something for Darren. I know, I really like it. Either way, let me just give them a little bit more energy. I think I'm gonna round things off, you guys. I think Derek is still trying to accept that his his girlfriend, his fiance, doesn't want to live with him. He's feeling a little stressed out because he didn't think this was how it was going to be. He didn't think about this outcome. Sometimes things just don't work out the way. Oh, he has to take a poop. Okay, an anxious poop or stress poop. One of the two. Or maybe an anxious and stress poop. You never know. I really enjoyed coming back home, and I really like what I did with the plays. I really like it a lot better now. I mean, it's just how it is. I don't think he would really press the matter with with Lilith. I think that he would take some time to think about it. Still really stressed, but I think that's just college life, to be honest. He decides that they're gonna work it out. They're gonna be fine. Like they'll deal with it. Like it's you know what I mean? Like it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine, Dirk. It's gonna be fine, Dirk. Hard as it is right now, he knows that he still has some time with her. Like they're still in college. They still have 2 years, so he's not too worried about it right now. Maybe when the time comes, but for now he's like, maybe she'll change her mind. Who knows? But he just doesn't want to argue about that. And he notices that Lilith was getting a little I don't know, she was feeling a little uncomfortable and a little annoyed. She's still rather annoyed. I'm not sure what's going on with her. I don't know, there's something going on with Lilith. Do you see how grumpy she is? You also notice that Lilith has stopped blinking for like the past, I don't know, hours that we've been here. Didn't we buy those handheld? I actually have never played a handheld game together. Let's see. Okay, what game are we playing? Oh, it's just a black screen game. It's like, let's just pretend there's a game there. It's like, I'm playing Pokemon. What are you playing? Oh, I'm playing Mario. Oh, nice. Yeah, and now I'm playing My Little Pony. Oh, yeah, okay. Anyway, Darren is still writing this novel. That is all for this episode. Unfortunately, we couldn't get Cassandra here. I already know that she would be really happy for him. And that is all. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next part. Bye.
I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays. Way back a year ago, I've changed for the better this time. I thought I would never be fine. I strive just to say I'm alright. And for the first time in a long time, I'm alright. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay.